Good morning. Welcome to another One Mind meditation. This week is not dedicated to just one teacher's work, but we have multiple teachers leading us into our morning meditation this week. This morning, the three quotes that I'm using are from Arianna Huffington, Kathleen McDonald, and from Dan Harris. Somebody, good morning. Really good to see you. So today's wisdom comes from great teachers on the topic of meditation. And the central message for today is that, of course, you have thoughts and feelings, but your thoughts and feelings are not who you are. Stefan, good morning. Awesome seeing you. This idea that I have thoughts and feelings, but the thoughts and the feelings are not who I am. This becomes increasingly clear as you find that there is a space within you from where you are able to observe your thinking and feeling without getting caught up in any of it. This space becomes more and more easily available to you when you stop resisting difficult thoughts and feelings and allow it all to be felt as you observe how naturally transient they are. They come, but they also always go. Grania, good morning. It's really good to see you. Right, so the first thought comes from Arianna Huffington. She says, meditation is not about stopping thoughts, but recognizing that what we are is more than our thoughts and our feelings. Not trying to stop the thoughts, because just like how your sweat glands will produce perspiration, it doesn't say anything about you that it does. Your brain will produce a stream of thinking, and trying to stop it from happening is really just futile. Anthony, good morning. It's good to see you, man. Hope you're feeling better. Kathleen McDonald says, meditation is not spacing out or running away. In fact, meditation is about being totally honest with ourselves. And Dan Harris says, meditation is not about feeling a certain way. It is about feeling the way you feel. By allowing ourselves to fully express our emotions and experience our emotions without resistance, we gain a deeper understanding of ourselves. We learn to navigate the currents of our inner world with greater ease. Our natural reaction may have been to try and make ourselves feel better, but it is becoming better at feeling that brings us peace and creates our healing. Today's meditation cultivates a sense of acceptance and compassion for ourselves. It allows us to be present in the moment, appreciating the beauty and complexity of our emotional landscape. Charlene, a very good morning. It's really good to see you. Right, today's meditation is I Am the Mountain, which is a very simple practice of finding that space in which it becomes easy to have clouds roll in and also see them roll out. If you're ready, you can close your eyes and let's float away together, starting with the first few big breaths. Let's take a deep breath in and out. Take a deep breath in and out. A deep inhale. And let it go. deep breath in. And out. One more big breath in. And let it all flow away. You can continue the same breathing pattern on your own time. Every slow inhale through your nose gets drawn all the way deep down into your belly. And as you fill up your belly with air, feel yourself grow from that space. Feel yourself expand from your core outwards in all directions. And once you have a belly full of air, let all of it go. As you exhale, soften. As you breathe out, soften your spine, slump down your shoulders, and drop your head. While you continue your own full body breathing, rising with every inhale and slowly falling with every exhale. I want you to bring to your mind the idea of a mountain. We've all been in the presence of a mountain. Call that presence a little bit closer. If you were to sit with a mountain, on a mountain, and just look up at the sky from the first sun to the last rays of sunlight, how much would you notice flow in and also flow out over this mountain if you were to sit there the whole day? You could imagine seeing clouds float in. Having the presence of clouds overhead for a while, but also seeing them flow out. That's just in one day. How much change has this mountain witnessed? Just think of everything it must have seen come and also go. Yet, here is this mountain still. Still solid in the midst of all the change. What do you think the mountain's view might be on all the change? Whether it's seeing clouds flow in and also out, or watching the busyness of humans coming and going. Just like this mountain, your soul has seen it all come and also seen most of it go. And no matter how much flows in and out in the world around you, or even the world within you, your soul, like a mountain, is a refuge that is unmoved, unchanged by all the coming and going. We'll take the last few big breaths of this phase together, helping our bodies stretch and adjust and settle down into as much comfort as possible for the rest of our journey. Let's take a deep breath in. And as you release, drop your head all the way forward. Roll out your neck muscles, going forward and to the left, and forward and to the right. Rolling out your neck muscles in big half circles. Take a deep breath in. As you release, roll your shoulders forward in big, slow circles. Take a deep breath in. And as you release, roll your shoulders backwards in big circles, nice and slow. Take a deep breath in. As you release, focus on your spine and see if you're able to tilt your head towards the left while you tilt your hips towards the right, curving your spine into an S from your head down to your tailbone, and then changing sides. It might take a moment to get the coordination. One more big breath in. And as you release, you can stretch or move or adjust any part of your body that still needs a bit of help settling down. Having softened our bodies into a state of presence, or at least as much as we are able to do that, we can now turn our attention inwards and dive deep inside for the next part of our journey. If you don't have the time to sit for the whole meditation with us, then this is always a good place to stop. But if you are here for the rest of the journey, then with every next inhale, we'll hold our breath for a few short moments, followed by a really long, really slow exhale. let's take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, make it the longest, slowest exhale that you possibly can. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, feel into your body. Feel how softness slips in and settles in every part of your body. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, follow the downwards flow through your body. Feel your shoulders slowly falling, feel your body slowly softening, and feel how you are slowly slipping deeper into you. One more big breath in and hold. And as you release, feel yourself melting. Feel your whole body dissolving. Feel how you are slipping into a deeper level of surrender with every slow exhale. You can continue the same breathing pattern on your own time. Every slow inhale through your nose is an invitation. It invites you to turn inwards and follow this journey. As you breathe in, feel the air flow in through your nostrils. Feel the air touch the back of your throat. Stay with your breath as it flows in through your lungs. And as you fill up the balloon inside your belly, feel yourself slipping all the way in. Hold your breath. But hold it only for as long as it feels easy, followed by a really long, really slow exhale. With your next big breath, as you dive deep into you, bring yourself back to the image of your mountain. See it from top to bottom. Take your next big breath. I want to invite you to be as open and as playful with this experience as you can be. The more you get into the visualization, the more you engage your imagination, the more you are helping your brain waves slow down. The lower and slower your brain waves go, the more you're bringing your mind and body into almost a sleep, restful dream space. You can imagine that when you fall asleep and dream, your mind is seeing imagery that might not be totally realistic for the moment. And just like if you can close your eyes and lean into imagery that's not completely realistic in this moment, you're bringing your brain waves to the same place. All this means is that you're helping your subconscious be available. Your subconscious is sitting and listening and paying attention. So enjoy the journey and lean into your imagination. With your next big breath, as you dive deep into you, again see your mountain from top to bottom. How much plants grow in your mountain? How much is vegetation? And how much of it is rocky? What does your mountain look like? Take your next big breath. We're going to zoom in on the plant life of your mountain, and I want you to find one specific plant and zoom into a leaf on this plant. So much so that you can see all the lines on the leaf. Take your next big breath. And then shift your attention to the animals on your mountain. Find one animal in particular and zoom in. Zoom into its fur, its skin, its hair. How much detail can you lean into on the fur of this animal? Take your next big breath. then shift your attention to the birds in your mountain and find one bird in particular. And again, zoom in. Zoom into a feather on this bird. And how much detail can you find on a feather on this bird right now? Take your next big breath. And again, sit as this mountain. Embody the presence of this mountain. And as you take your next big breath and dive deep into you, what would this mountain feel like? Sitting in the sunlight, holding all of this life. What would it feel to be this mountain? Take your next big breath. And if the weather were to change and go from sunlight to clouds flowing in, obscuring the sun, now the mountain sits in shade. And from these clouds it starts to rain. And the mountain goes from sitting in dry sunlight to being drenched in rain. Drops accumulating on its surface, turning into rivulets and streams. Does the mountain resist the change in the weather? As the clouds flowed in, did the mountain go, "Oh no, we don't want clouds. We want sun"? How does the mountain feel about sitting in the rain? Take your next big breath. And when the sun goes down and the wind picks up and rain turns into full-blown storm, the face of your mountain lashed with wind and water, the sound of the wind howling around every corner, thunder and lightning all around. How does the mountain feel about another change in the weather? Would this be the first storm that the mountain experiences? Clearly not. How does the mountain feel when it sits and looks around at the raging storm all around it? Take your next big breath. And when the new day breaks, as the mountain knew that it would, and the first rays of sunlight touches the face of your mountain, how does the mountain feel about the clean, fresh air? How does your mountain feel about a new day breaking? Take your next big breath. We'll take one more big breath together, slipping out of the breath-holding space and into the next. Let's take a deep breath in and hold. And as you release, feel yourself slip all the way through. There is no more attention on your breathing. You can sit all the way back or even lie all the way back down and feel yourself just floating. I'll read to you one more time these thoughts from our three teachers this morning. Ariana Huffington says, meditation is not about stopping thoughts, but recognizing that we are more than our thoughts and our feelings. Kathleen McDonald says, meditation is not spacing out or running away. In fact, meditation is about being totally honest with ourselves. And Dan Harris says, Meditation is not about feeling a certain way. It is about feeling the way you feel. It might have been an instinctive reaction in the past to try and make ourselves feel better. Making ourselves feel better is a lot like trying to make the weather do what we want the weather to do. As we supposedly progress on our human journey, as we do our work, I think sometimes there's a part of us that assumes that we'll get to a point where the mountain no longer experiences any weather. It'll just be the mountain with no changing weather. When we put it in that context, it is immediately obvious that that's not going to happen. We don't get to a point where we no longer experience weather. Or when we realize that the mountain has never resisted the weather. It gives us a clue to our own journey. That it's not about making ourselves feel better, but becoming better at feeling. When sunshine turns into rain, do we need to have the thought that, oh, I wish it wouldn't rain. I wish I could hold on to the sunlight and just experience that feeling forever? Or can we just trust that rainy days will come? And the better we get at just feeling the rain when it's there, the less we are in a battle. And the easier it becomes to trust that all of this changing weather is a part of the experience. And I can trust that whatever flows in also always flows out. I just don't need to get involved in a fight over this. Because underneath all of the changing weather, after all, your mountain is immovable. We have the last 5 breaths of gratitude to do together. With every exhale, I'll say my thank you, and I invite you to say yours. Let's take a deep breath in. Thank you for having discovered the mountain in me. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for this journey of learning slowly, how to have a complete acceptance for any weather that rolls in. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for learning how to surrender to feeling the weather. Whether it's just cloudy, or rainy, or stormy. Learning how to find the same acceptance or almost joy in feeling the drops and also the sunlight. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for learning to trust that whatever flows in, it will also flow out. One more big breath in. Thank you, beautiful people. Thank you for bringing your mountain into our circle today. Hey Colette, good morning. It's good to see you. I love when you join in late and say it, because it's perfectly okay to join in whenever it works for you, whenever you can. So thank you for joining late, Colette. Hey Vivian, it's so good to see you. Good morning. Good to have you. Thanks Anthony. Thank you Sunmoney. Thank you Stefan. Thank you Grania. Thank you Charlene. Have a beautiful day. See you again soon. Ciao, ciao.